back. Got a lot of talk about the Nintendo Direct happen, but before we even get into that, man, I gotta pull this up because I was looking. I'm like, what came out today? What was some new news today? And one of it was about Demon Slayer, right? Talking about season 2. And earlier today, I was like, oh, hey, it says December. Cool. That's a good time for it to come out. But then I'm on Twitter, and then I see the Crunchyroll link, and I'm just reading that in the comments. I'm like, what is they talking about? And so I go to their article, and they explain more in depth about it. And it turns out the anime starts next month in October, and that's the Mugen Train arc. And then after that, it's going to be the Kimetsu, or the Entertainment District arc, and that's in December. And I was like, but wait, the Mugen Train arc, that was the movie. So they're just going to do the movie again? Like, what's going on? And then so I was reading the article, and they explain that they're getting the movie, and they're cutting it into 6 episodes. And it's going to have new music and stuff, and then there's going to be an episode prior to that that's basically just filler. I was like, you don't see this happen in other animes and stuff like that.
Dude, but like, what's the point? The movie did super well. What is the need to like flesh it out?
Well, even to rebroadcast it, that's the weird thing, and to break it down like that. And the only thing I could say is, in case people that didn't watch the movie, but who at this point who hasn't watched the movie, if you're a fan of Demon Slayer.
Oh, no, there we go. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, it makes no sense, man. I guess just to fill up time. But like I said, that arc makes so much sense to be a movie, and plus with the high budget, like it'd be great. It's crazy. I just saw that. I'm like, you know what? That sounds dumb. But okay, man. Let's get on with the rest of the show here. We got a lot of stuff prior to the Direct 2. They've been coming out here and there almost every day. They took a break this weekend, but Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, we've been getting a bunch of breakdown videos for each of the characters. Gerry said it earlier, man. He said it best. I just want to see actual players play at this point, just to see the real combos and the real bullshit.
Yeah, man. Like the breakdown video from the devs is really nice, but like I just want to see like
I want to see the salt feel like the controller and like I want to actually hear the click clacks.
Yeah.
If I could hear gameplay, it'd be the best thing ever.
Yeah, I mean the gameplay's fine. Because it gives us an idea at least, but some of the combos that they show off always cuts off too early and moves on to the next one.
I need to see some recovery.
Yeah. And plus, like, it's not like they're fighting an opponent, it's just a CPU.
It's not even level 9.
No.
I was just about to say, they probably fight like a level 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the gameplay is good. I like the characters. They all, in a sense, kind of feel broken in one way or another. And I think that's good for this kind of game. Because, like I said last time, this game's going to feel weird when we touch it, right? Because we're going to be thinking Smash, and it's not really going to be feeling like Smash.
No.
I mean, if anything, it might be close to Melee, but not Ultimate at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just coming up soon, man. And you know what? I don't think there's been any character I haven't liked since we've been getting like these drops. Like they all look like a really fun time.
Yeah, my only one, which we didn't get the breakdown, but we did get the gameplay early on, was Nigel Thornberry, and just seeing like how his recovery is and stuff. I was like, I was hoping he would be broken because that's just his design in nature.
Literally in nature.
Ren and Stimpy, I think, is a prime example for this game, mainly because you can use strafing and still pull off some crazy moves with them.
Yeah. I think the only other one that really caught my attention with like the crazy stuff they can do besides Ren and Stimpy would probably be Cat Dog.
Yeah, that
like,
too.
They've just got a lot of mix-up potential, and that's just awesome. I mean, Danny Phantom also looks pretty cool too. Like his whole ghost whale, that's just pretty nice.
Yeah, that's that edge guarding, man. Cool. Yeah, I can't wait. Just about a week and a half left. October 5th is the release date. And we'll find out this Wednesday if it's going to be free for Plus or not. But Akil told me it's up on PSN finally. So, and speaking of October 5th, another game is going to be dropping on consoles finally, and it's called BPM. I don't think you guys know about this one. They showed it off like I think a year or two ago. It stands for Bullets Per Minute. and it's an FPS rhythm shooter where you just go through these levels similar to Doom, and you're just going through, and you have to shoot to the beat to be able to get the kills and stuff like that. It looks pretty cool. And then Nintendo coming out with the savagery on October 5th by having the final Smash character reveal that day on launch day of Nickelodeon Smash. So that's a
pretty bold move, Nintendo.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is what everybody who's been playing Smash is waiting for it to be this one. But I don't know if did they slap it on like at the very end of the direct.
It was towards the end. They said, hey, this is gonna come out on the 5th. I think was it in the morning? So with that, let's go ahead and dive into the Nintendo Direct. More or less just stuff I was expecting, like a lot of things I wouldn't care about. But we wrote down the stuff that was interesting. So, I mean, the first thing was Monster Hunter Rise. We're getting the expansion sometime next year called Sunbreak. And I haven't played it. All I have to say is the dragon design is pretty good.
Yeah, man, the Monster Hunter's always had, like, peak creature design. So I think it might be time to pick up Rise.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to dive into Worlds, and I just never did. And from what Pat has said on on the podcast, is that, I mean, the games just get better every time. I was like, okay,
yep.
So it's a good time to hop in then.
You know, I will say this before we go on any further. I really had my clown makeup on for Hollow Knight Silksong, and you know what, man? I'm still waiting.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Well, I mean, I guess they're making a DLC into a full game, so I guess there's that aspect to it, but. We got another look at Mario Superstars. I think when it got announced, like I said, I was like, yeah, that's cool. Get a collection of the highlights of the franchise.
Yeah, you know, I think I said it before. This should have happened a long time ago with online immediately included.
Yeah, because there was... Yeah, Mario Party, was it 8? Or 8 or 9, whatever the last one was?
It was Super Mario Party.
Super Mario Party took them like 2 or 3 years to get online on that thing.
Yeah, buddy.
The next game looks really good from Square Enix. Had a demo out. I streamed it the other day. Voice of Cards. And this is a tabletop RPG. And it's pretty good. I had a good time playing the demo. The biggest thing for me was the music, the art style, and just the way the game is laid out. Like the entire board are just cards, and every time you advance, the cards flip over. And you travel like that. And, of course, you get the random encounters for enemies. And then you can interact with people. They unlock quests for future stuff in gameplay. That's coming out next month.
I think so. I think the other thing that kind of pulls me in is that this is another work from Yoko Taro, you know? So I wonder if we'll get, like, some weird cameos from his other works in here, you know? It would be nice. You know, I still need to go through the demo myself, but... I watched you stream it and play it, and it just looks like a good time.
Yeah. I will say very Renaissance theme, because there were some old-ass names in there, like Meredith and the other characters you play as in your party. And it's just like, yep, that's that era. That's nice. Yeah, definitely check out the demo for sure. And there's also a card game that you could play in your tabletop card game. I'm looking forward to that. It's only $30, which is a pretty good price for that game. And then we got the look at the second expansion for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And that's coming out, was that this year?
Yeah, I think that's going to be November. We're getting the second half of it. And we only saw one new playable character, and I forget their name, but definitely I really wanted them to be playable in like the first half of the game. But I'll take it for right now. I need to hop back into playing the damn game.
Yeah, that's after playing Pirate Warriors. I was like, yeah, maybe I do miss playing the Musou games, so maybe it's time to hop in to Hyrule, or at least one of the other ones I've been meaning to check out.
It's really fun, man. The demo goes pretty far too.
Nice. And then we got a new racing game coming to Switch, Chocobo GP, playing chibi characters from Final Fantasy.
I'm all in, dude, and just the fact that it's 64 tournament style online. I mean, Nintendo servers are ass, but you know what? I'll take it, dude.
Yeah, it's
way better than the Mario Kart. That's for sure.
It's a lot more people than I would expect for that kind of game because it's cool. It's a cool idea. You know, racers are always up there. You know, like we always had fun playing the Sonic one, but you know, it just depends how many people are gonna longevity wise how that's gonna run. Cool, man. And then hey, we got a new Kirby game, and it's called Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. It's like Mario Odyssey style. I haven't played Kirby, but this one looks fun.
I'm honestly really excited for this because it's a different formula than our traditional Kirby game. So I have some really high hopes. I really like Mario Odyssey, so them kind of like copy and pasting that with Kirby, I think is a really, really good idea.
And then they announced that KOTOR, not the remake, but the original, is being ported on the Switch, and that's dropping on the 11th of November. And I guess that makes sense because they've been porting a lot of old Star Wars games on Switch recently. I think there's a physical out for the Jedi collection of the prior games that they came out with.
And then there was the Pod Racer one too.
Yeah, the racing game was on there too. So that's cool. I'm wondering like if Bounty Hunter is going to be coming on the Switch at some point.
Fuck, dude, that game was awesome. I hope so. I think it was funny when we were watching it, Danny. Pat was like, "Oh, well, they're not getting the remake."
yeah, that was funny, man. Which I mean, I don't think they would even get the remake, right? Because you know,
I don't think it could handle it.
Like I said with No More Heroes, man, like the Switch is cool, but I wish games wouldn't be on the Switch just so that way they could run better. And then hey, we got more information, a new trailer for Triangle Strategy. And I think it's great as well that they're just keeping it as Triangle Strategy. They're not even giving it a real name yet.
Oh, dude, that's the best part. I mean, on top of like all the upgrades that it did from the demo, it just looks really, really fun. I'm really excited for it. I mean, I really loved Octopath Traveler, and this just looks like the next form of Octopath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was cool that they introduced different camera angles into the game, which is something you wouldn't expect when it's pixel art, but because it's sort of a 3D environment, they are able to do that.
That kind of aspect is so important for those kinds of games where like you're very Fire Emblem-esque, you know, where like you're kind of moving spaces around and like trying to figure out all about like what's the term, strategy-based games. So that just alone, I'm like, all right, dude, you clearly know what you want to give out to the people, and honestly, it's everything I really wanted, you know, for like a Fire Emblem game, but with Octopath tendencies.
Right.
Although I never played Houses, and you know, apparently that's like the best one out there, but I'll get there one day.
I mean, that's 100 hours for that game. So that's
dude, that's just like a regular Persona game.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll give you that. That's why I haven't played those yet. And then after that, we just got more look at Metroid Dread, as that's coming out on the 8th. And nothing real new, just more of a breakdown of what's going on with the story and some of the environments. Some of those bosses look pretty nice. I like the balance of you have just regular monsters, and then you have these iRobot-looking guys crawling around. And I'm like, yeah, that's sci-fi right there. That's peak sci-fi. Yeah, I forget. I think they said this was after Fusions, right?
I think so. And then the other thing, too, to note, I don't know if this will have the answer for you, Gerry, but apparently, I didn't know this until they showed it off in the Nintendo Direct, but if you go to the Metroid Dread website, that actually has lore already there for you. I think there's like 8 volumes.
Yeah, they were dropping volumes of lore that they didn't even, like, there was no announcements. I mean, I don't follow Nintendo on Twitter or anything, so I only get the info from the Directs, but still, like,
I have not seen anything about that ever since Dread was dropped. So that's pretty cool that they're like, hey, we have all this lore here if you want to dive in before the game drops, which is in what, like a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, the 8th. Yeah.
Well, that lore being on there is good because I would hate it, but I hated fucking scanning everything for lore.
That shit gets boring real fast. That dude.
Shit,
I'm with you.
And plus, if you're trying to get time-based shit, like the fucking secret ending is requirements is kind of bullshit, in my opinion, because it's like you gotta finish the game within a certain time, and there's so much thing to do, and you gotta scan so many things before a certain time. So I hope just give me a simpler way to achieve a final ending or secret ending. You know, if it's gonna be fun for me, like yeah, I'll make the time to go look for the secrets and all that. But it seems like a Metroid game where it's just like you just go and shoot and just find the last boss, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're good. I haven't played Echoes 3 yet, so it's like I haven't beat it all, so I can't really say anything yet completely about the series, but it's a good series nonetheless. I like the Prime series a lot just because it's open world. So I was waiting for that, but it's not the Prime series.
Yeah, Metroid's definitely a series I always wanted to check out because it just looks interesting. Space sci-fi, monsters, waifus in armor. Yeah. And then the last video game thing they showed off for the Nintendo Direct is the final long-awaited trailer for Bayonetta 3.
Big Horny 3 came back.
So crazy. Did not think we were going to be getting that. We actually got a release date as well, which is going to be sometime next year.
It's crazy, man. It's been what, like almost 4 years since we had.
It's been a
little bit of a tease for it.
1,038 days, I think.
That's crazy,
leading
man.
up to the Direct. Yeah, and it's funny too because a week or two prior to the Direct, the lead for Platinum Games said it's not up to us when we can talk about or show Bayonetta 3. So we really can't say much because the big reveal's gonna be here.
Well, hey, dude, honestly, the game looks great. It just makes me want to replay the first one and play the second one finally.
Yeah, time to dive in. You know, finally got a release date. I think that's what I was really waiting for, was to see when that game was coming out. And I saw a theory. I think we both saw the same theory, Adam, on Twitter, on whether or not that's really Bayo, and which could also tie into what the voice actress for Bayonetta said on Twitter a few days before the Direct. So I want to hop in and see, exactly what we got going on. And plus, it's just Devil May Cry, but with waifus. So, yeah.
100%.
With the video game stuff, the Direct out of the way, just the update about Nintendo Switch Online, how it's getting an expansion pass, where it's adding NES and Sega Genesis games for an extra fee. I forget how much it was.
I don't think they said how much the fee was going to be. But, I mean, to see some 64 games on the roster, like, I think I said it a long time ago. I'm like, well, when they put the online out, a really great idea. I just hope that there's, like, the 64 games on there. Like, yeah, everybody emulates the games, but if you have it to just, like, a one-stop shop, I'm totally fine with that. And really, really good startup roster. So you got Mario. Fuck, which one was it?
Mario 64, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yep. You got Mario 64. You got Ocarina of Time.
Banjo and Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie is going to come at a later time, along with Majora's Mask, which, again, I think everybody should play Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time regardless. But, yeah, there's a lot. Oh, I think Star Fox 64 is going to be available immediately, too.
They show that off there, yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, what really surprised me was the Sega Genesis.
It's pretty crazy. Oh, and then the other one that was really good to note is a Yoshi Story. And that's,
yeah.
I can finally get my black and white Yoshi again.
And then they also announced 2 new controllers that are Bluetooth, the N64 and the Sega Genesis controller, which I just saw today that the Sega Genesis one is exclusive to Japan. So
it's pretty whack.
Yeah, Nintendo does it again.
You know, I made the joke when you and I were watching it, Danny, but I never would have thought, like, 20 years later, I'd be buying a Nintendo 64 controller.
Yeah, well, I'm curious if it's gonna work for just normal games outside of the their emulator.
That'd be interesting to try.
Yeah, because if I remember, was it the Switch or the Wii U when the GameCube adapter came out? And they were like, yeah, that's just for Smash. You can't use the GameCube controllers on other games.
It was for the Wii, but then they came out with the, what was it? The Twilight Princess port or like update, and they were like, hey, you can also use the GameCube controller for this.
Oh, okay.
And then they started moving it over to like all the other newer games.
And the controllers are $50 each, which I've heard a lot of complaints about the price because they're, old gen controllers just in Bluetooth. And I think third-party Bluetooth ones like that are cheaper. And finally, from the Direct, we got the cast and the release date for the Illumination CG Mario movie. And I gotta say, it's pretty solid. But I am curious to see, like, the only weird one is Chris Pratt for me.
Hey guys, it's me, Mario.
Yeah, the fact that it's funny that he said it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, trust me, guys, that's not the. I've been working really hard on the voice." I was like, "Okay," and then Chris Pratt's a cool guy, but still, it's like Chris Pratt, like Mario,
Joey Diaz.
It should have been It should have been Uncle Joey, dude.
Yeah.
It should have been Uncle Joey.
What's happening, motherfuckers? Me, Mario.
But the rest of the cast, though, is looking really good. Charlie Day is Luigi.
They couldn't have chosen anybody better, honestly.
For real.
That's a really solid pick. Anya Taylor-Joy is going to be Peach. And
really solid pick, too.
That's just really good. Yeah, she's great. Jack Black is Bowser.
One of the better picks.
Yeah, and, Jack Black, he's great, but what does Jack Black bring to the table? He brings Jack Black. So if Bowser's going to be Jack Black, dude, that's going to be something, man. That's all I really have to say. And then Donkey Kong's in there, and it's freaking Seth Rogen. It's a good one, man. Now the Donkey Kong with the big bong line from Kill Bill is finally canon, and that's great. Yeah, and then so it's coming out this holiday. Is it this year?
No, it's going to be next year, 2022.
Oh, okay.
I think it said the 17th of December.
Yeah, December 17th. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was Fred Armisen who's going to be Cranky Kong,
Armisen.
and yeah, I really like that guy. I think he does a good job and all his other stuff. But the other one that I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, is Keegan being Toad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, from Key and Peele.
Yes, sir. He's got the chops. I think he'll do a really good job.
Nice. And also the original voice actor for Mario will be in the movie, and he'll be doing a bunch of cameo scenes. I just hope it's good. It's Illumination, so I'm sure there's going to be a minion or so in the movie at some point.
Oh, is that who did the Minion movies?
Yeah. They also did the Grinch movie.
Look, man, all I'm saying is it's a really nice rock I live under, okay?
That's a good rock, yeah.
Yeah, make yourself laugh in there, huh? Let's see.
Dude, all the time.
And that was it for the Nintendo Direct. Overall, solid Direct. So moving on, let's dive into the other video game news here. Power Rangers, I thought it was over, but hey, we're getting a Season 4. With it, there's going to be 3...
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah, there's 3 characters coming in to end the game. And my phone is frozen. But the last character was Rita Repulsa. And I forgot who said it. I think Jake said it when we were talking, but that's a strong pick to end Battle for the Grid. Unless they get a Season 5 like Street Fighter, but I can't imagine it. I would say save it for the sequel.
But I mean, honestly, I thought that they were done when they added Ryu and Chun-Li, but I'll take the extra additions.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a fun game, man. Everybody needs to try it. It's it's got rollback, it's crossplay, it's literally on everything. Like they also say, like it's on Stadia. Moving on, Wipeout, the classic racer from Sony, it's heading to mobile. I think sometime this year.
Bruh, no way.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what the date was, but it's called Wipeout Rush. So I'm down to hop on mobile and squat out in the racetrack again.
Let's do it.
We got the announcement of Blood Rain. They recently were on Steam for 1 and 2. They got I think it was an HD port. I don't remember. But that's now coming to consoles. It's called the Revamped Edition, and that's coming out fall of this year. So it should be, if they're smart, it should be next month for Halloween, right? Because vampires.
Spooky time, dude.
Yes. And when that comes to the console, that means you can play the entire series because they ported the other game, the side scroller, I think last year as well. And then moving on, we got an update on God of War as a whole from Cory Barlog. He was in an article, and I didn't read the whole thing. I just read what I needed, which is the explanation of why God of War Ragnarok is ending the North Saga for the series. His basic explanation was, these games take a long time to make. 2018's God of War was a 5-year process. Mm-hmm. And with Ragnarok coming out in 2022, that was a 4-year process from when we had to wait last time. Corey just said, these games are taking a long time to come out. We're just going to end this story here instead of having you guys wait almost 10 years or over 10 years to finish the story. And, part of me says that's fair, but another part of me says, no, I'm patient enough to keep going. The fact that it's still Kratos from God of War 1 back on the PS2.
Exactly. And then you got to think of the fact of like the quality of these games. There's been a couple games that take years to come out with, and the quality is just not there, for whatever reason. But God of War, that with its dude, there was a certain feeling I got playing that for the first time, and just with so many scenes, I'm like, I don't want this to end, So with this coming to be a close, that is unfortunate, but I wouldn't mind waiting another 5 years for the last installment,
Unless they're still going to be continuing the story of Kratos and Atreus in a different way, to where it's Norse just doesn't mean the end. It just means the end of this chapter of what we're going to be doing with these characters. Then I might be okay with that. But there's the fear of maybe they're rushing things with a lot of these characters because, there's a lot going on in the game. There's Ragnarok, Thor's coming in. We see the future GF for Atreus, who's the last of the Jotuns. Tyr's there, and he still has both hands, and from what I've heard from other people,
might
eventually
be Jesus.
He loses that.
Oh,
might be Jesus. That too, yeah.
Funny Valentine? What?
Yeah. So who knows, man? There could be more going on, but I will say, I am still very slowly going through the book, and the book is like a director's cut in a sense for the game, mainly because there's a lot of stuff that's not in there, and most of it is inner monologues with Kratos and Atreus, which doesn't make sense for a video game to have when it's in an open world setting like that. And I'll just say there was a comment that Kratos there's a comment Kratos said about how he got to Midgard into the Norse realm, and that was interesting. So if that plays into a factor of this game and it leading to future games, then I might be okay with it at the end of the day. Especially also reading the comic Fallen God, I think that's what it was called, the recent one. And the fact that he's not in Greece and he's not in Midgard, he's somewhere else. Oh yeah, we got the rumors for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 coming back.
I really hope it's real, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Maximilian dude, he was on stream a while back, and he pulled up a interview with one of the devs that is from the studio that worked on MVC2 originally. I think for the HD port that was on PS3. Mm-hmm. And in that interview, he was explaining a bunch of stuff and how it's free MVC2, the hashtag that Max made, that got attention at Capcom and at Disney. And there's definitely some sort of talks about it. We got casting for the Twisted Metal TV show that PlayStation is making. It's live action, of course. And one of the main characters is going to be played by Anthony Mackie.
I really do like him as an actor.
Yeah, aside from the memes of him getting dissed by Eminem and becoming the Falcon, I've seen him in some other stuff. I like them in... what's it called again? Altered Carbon. I liked him in that show a lot. And then on my end, Death Stranding Director's Cut just came out. And I've only played a little bit of it, and I gotta say, it's great so far. I mean, it's just Death Stranding. For the most part, there's just a couple new things you can get in there. There's new missions, and it being on the PS5, that's the way you should play it. If you haven't played it before, just grab Director's Cut. You know, it's not even a full 60 for it anyways. And then if you want, you could just get a cheap copy of PS4, get the upgrade for $10. But man, just the environmental differences by having it on the PS5 and with the SSD makes it great. Like, the one thing I noted was the shrubbery, right? Like all the grass and stuff you go through, like it looks so realistic. It's crazy that that's a video game. You know, like it looked really good on PS4, but it looks even better on PS5.
Look, man, it's like I've been saying for the last couple months, dude. We are now in next gen territory. Everything's gonna be incredibly different now.
Yeah, and see, this is another example of why I think people shouldn't think like, oh, PS4 is holding PS5 games back with Ragnarok and also with Miles Morales. That was another game where it looks totally different compared to each game. And then plus, you know, with the load times as well, like there's still some loading in Director's Cut, but it's barely there.
Well, dude, it's kind of like when Intergrade came out for Final Fantasy VII Remake with Yuffie. That shit ran incredible. Like when I was playing it, I think I said on the show, I'm like, this is how the game was meant to be played. This is how it's meant to look. You know, like, not saying it looked bad on the PS4 at all by any means. It still looked great, but there is a huge difference, like from the PS4 to the PS5 when it comes to like certain games.
Since I was post-game, I don't know how it is for new players. I'm sure it's going to be a while before it unlocks. But there was a quest where you interact with a character from Cyberpunk 2077. I know when Death Stranding ported over to PC last year, I'm pretty sure they added some Half-Life stuff in there that you can equip. And with this quest, you just go through it and you just unlock a bunch of stuff from Cyberpunk. So you can make Sam Porter Bridges look like Johnny Silverhand, aka Keanu Reeves. And then plus you get the bike too, and the bike looks so sick in that game.
The Akira bike?
Tetsuo!
Yeah, basically the Akira bike. Yeah. It's actually, I'm surprised how 1-to-1 it was with Cyberpunk. Like, it still has, the frame is still similar to the Death Stranding bikes, but it looks like they just pulled it out of the Cyberpunk. So that's pretty cool. And then right now there's only other quests just to unlock the new stuff, like the catapult, the buddy bot. So I'm really just waiting to see when we're going to get this other new content where you have to basically play Metal Gear for a bit and stealth through these security officers and all that. For people that will play from the PS4 port, when you do the save transfer, it gives you a warning of, which to me sucks, is because I guess it has to be new servers for PS5. All the things you build, like zip lines, bridges, and all that, when you play online, you get other players' stuff in there to help you, and those get wiped when you load your save data, and then they spawn in new ones from other players. To me, that sucks because I relied, I guess, a little too much on it, as I realized when I was going through the game again. They're in just different locations from other people, and it can just mess up your layout that you have on the map. Just keep that in mind if you're going to transfer over. And you don't get the plat right away because there's new items and equipment to craft and some other stuff. It won't let you pop the plat. I mean, it's fine though, because when I got it and then I was waiting for the trophies to load, it was only 4 or 5 trophies you're missing. So, and they're not difficult trophies either, so there's really nothing to worry about. Just keep enjoying the director's cut and you'll get the plat in no time. And I might be streaming more of that, probably a late night stuff, because it is Death Stranding, right? I mainly was on my bike most of the time.
Pizza Hut delivery service.
Yeah. Hey, there's a song in the soundtrack called Pizza Hut, or not Pizza Hut.
Pizza Time.
Pizza Time. Yeah. I thought that was funny. I was like,
you know what makes Death Stranding among the greats, like Spider-Man 2? They both have tracks called Pizza Time.
Kojima knows what he likes, man. That's what makes him cool. That's pretty much it for the video game news. And we did get some stuff for some anime. and all that goodness. Actually, today, as if we're recording, Netflix dropped a trailer, quote unquote, for the second season for The Witcher. And I say quote unquote because when I was watching it, most of the footage is from season 1. It's sort of like a hype trailer to get you ready for the season. There's some new clips in there, and that is dropping December 17th of this year. I'm excited. I liked season 1. And there was also more Witcher news. I think it was this year. There was the animated movie talking about another Witcher that wasn't Geralt. And they confirmed that they're going to be exploring more of the Witcher universe. Confirmation of season 3 for the show, which is good news. And then there's going to be this was a weird one. It's going to be a kid-friendly focused series for the Witcher universe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, kid-friendly? Like, I mean, I guess it's fantasy. It's a fantasy setting, so they could do something like that, I guess. But, you know, it's Witcher, so I'm like, there's a lot of sex in that world, and it gets pretty bloody. So
sexy sex.
Like, horny.
Yeah, so to make that kid-friendly, that'll be interesting.
And the way Game of Thrones is kid-friendly?
Yeah, Game of Thrones is super kid-friendly.
Especially the first episode, dude.
Yeah, that shit also had everything.
Yeah, I wasn't
sex,
shocked.
Murder, incest.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see Witcher actually get all this attention. Yeah, this past Wednesday, of course, there was a manga review, and it was about one of Araki's old works called Cool Shock BT. And the reason I bring it up is because it was in the latest issue of Shonen Jump, or I guess the last issue of Shonen Jump prior to this recording, that it's coming back. It's getting a sequel one-shot in Weekly Shonen Jump. It's going to be drawn by one of the mangakas that did Promised Neverland, and it's going to be written by one of the mangakas that did Medaka Box.
I'm in.
You don't really see something like that happen in the manga world, right? Like something that old to come back with different writers and artists too. So I'm interested to see it. It looks like it's going to be the main characters who were high school kids. It looks like they're just going to be old men. So it's like, oh, maybe it's like been this long, so we're going to keep the characters that age too. And then speaking of Shonen Jump, there's some more news involving some of the series from there. Dr. Stone is entering its final arc. And I'm caught up prior to the one that's going to release tomorrow. But yeah, it's been in a little bit of a fast-paced kick into the final stretch of where our characters have to go next. And I'm super excited. It's never had a dull moment, really, in the series. I mean, I guess it depends what you're reading it for. But I think it's been consistently good the entire time. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen. There were some big moments in these last few chapters. If you haven't checked it out yet, definitely hop into Dr. Stone. Again, that's the guy that wrote iShield 21. That's fantastic. And it's the artist that did Sunken Rock. We got news about a live-action movie coming. And it's for Knights of the Zodiac, a.k.a. Saint Seiya.
I'm so invested in this, dude. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, for them to make a live-action movie, I'm like, I guess people want this? I don't know. I know Netflix did the CG show, but I never really heard too much about it.
It's just weird to see it come back after all this time.
Yeah, well, the main series. Because
right, exactly.
Much like what I found out with Shaman King, Saint Seiya is still going on with a bunch of spin-offs. Like I think the latest manga for it is Isekai. But we got some of the casting, and there's only really 2 actors I don't want to say care about, but only like that I recognize. One is, I don't want to butcher her name, but it was Famke Janssen, aka Jean Grey. Yes.
I see her in something, I watch it, dude. I'm a simple man.
Oh, Sean Bean. Yeah, he's gonna be in the movie. He's gonna be in the movie too.
Sean Bean?
Yeah, so it's in collaboration with Sony. I just hope it looks good.
And hopefully it's not a Bollywood movie.
Yeah, I really hope they get the armor right. And aside from all that, that's really all I have for today, guys. I mean, the only thing I would ask Adam is, how is Yakuza 5?
Dude, it now turned into a hunting simulator, and it's actually kind of fun now. I mean, the game was really fun. The writing in the story is still really, really good. It took a really interesting detour into this hunting simulator piece, but I think I'm just gonna keep on keeping on, doing all the sub stories, doing all the side stories, just trying to level up all these characters as much as I can. But again, probably still top 3 Yakuza game for me.
And all right, guys, with that, I could say we can wrap up here. New Marvel Talk should be out this week. A lot of news to talk about. And then, as usual, manga reviews. Last week, or the other day, there was the Webtoon episode that dropped, so definitely check it out. And, for the most part, I'll be streaming probably just all the new content in Death Stranding. And then figure out what to play next after that. And that'll be twitch.tv at Negator7. And Gerry, you were yelling at Dark Souls 2 the other day, but what else are you playing?
Got back into Destiny 2 with the rest of the fucking clan. This was a stupid idea.
Yeah, this mission's really dumb.
I am gonna play Silent Hill 3 pretty soon because October's coming up.
Ooh.
So there's that to look forward to. I beat the second DLC for Dark Souls 2, so that's good. I got all the lore for that. All the bonfires unlocked. Don't really care much about the items because a lot of it's bullshit, and I'm not. That's fucking. The Iron Keep sucks. Almost done though. I got the snow part to go. I don't know how to say it. Elysium Loy, something like that.
Dark Souls 2 had a snow area as well?
Yeah, it's a DLC. I don't know if it's actually snow or if it's ash, but it looks like snow because it's like fucking. It looks cold. And the Iron Keep I was at earlier, it's like covered in ash, so it's kind of distinctive.
And where's that? Where can we catch you on that?
I don't know, dude. What do you think? I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, dude. This fucking. You can see me on Gerry Omega on Twitch.
I am also back on Destiny 2, and it's still Destiny. It's fun when it's fun, and when it's not.
Bro, I just threw my grenade at you. Why the fuck are you teleporting?
Sorry, guys. That'll end it up for the week. If you have any questions or comments, of course, unversepodcast@gmail.com. And we'll be sure to bring those up on the next episode. And then you can follow us at Unverse Podcast anywhere on social media. And we'll let you know when the episodes drop. So thanks, guys. And we will catch you on the next one.
I've been in my bag. Fuck you talking about rapping for? You finna get stabbed. Fucking round with that cap and mo. You really that mad? That's on Jesus. The baby one racks manifest. If I need it, I'm making one blue in the face. I'ma bleed it and take me one fucking with Billy. I'll feed you the gators. I'm with the shits and I'm about it. All your diamonds real cloudy. Got a lap dance for my VV guest. These princess cousins real crowded. I say Paul Wall and my dad. My whole house sitting sideways. I ran off with that bag. I've been paranoid for like 9 days. Fuck with me, get my posse, bitch. I'm crushing weed while I'm talking shit. Donkey Kong with a big bong. Gucci down in my moccasins. Bitch, boy, I ain't tripping. Trip on my pimpin', I'm open the bag. Deep pocket deep, I'ma walk with a rag. Fangs on my teeth like I'm talking to bats. I've been a monster. Halloween special, my roster. My ganja green, how I'm Blanca. Gripping the toy, that's a Tonka. I'm a god, bro, like fuck 'em. Why you talking about me? I got these chemicals in my brain and I got gold all in my teeth. Let's keep it street. What you need? You probably got it, but it ain't on me. Let me see. Let's keep it G. We masked up, but we ain't looking like we skiing. No. I need a pack, 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 bitch.